Hey camp families, this is Coach Neal. Hope you guys are having fun at your campout. I know that me and my family are having a good time. I wanted to read everybody a story. This is a shadow book, so we're going to use the screen behind me and a flashlight, and I'm going to tell a story called William and the Magic Ring. It uses shadows to help tell the story, and so hopefully when we're finished with the story, you guys can then maybe get out some flashlights, use your imaginations, use your hands, make some shadow puppets in your tents, and just continue to enjoy your night. Anyway, without further ado, William and the Magic Ring. One night, sweet William went to bed. He pulled the covers round his head, but on this night he could not sleep, for something in his room did creep. He listened tight to hear the sound. A tip-tip-tap, it moved around. A tip-tip-tap, and then he saw a window cast upon his wall. And dancing in the window's light, shadows fluttered in the night. As William watched them spin and sway, he left his bedroom far away. Then from the shadows on the wall, William heard a faint caw, caw, and perched above his head he saw a crow with something in its claw. The crow then swooped so all could see the ring he held so greedily. He called attention, rapped his beak, a tip-tip-tap, he sprang to speak. Now with this ring I'm king of all, of birds that sing and beasts that crawl. Obey my orders, bide my law, to work my servants, toil all. And lined behind him in a row marched beasts of woodland to and fro. Foxes, bears, raccoons, and deer were all enslaved and full of fear. Yet hiding in the shadows low, a sly old jackal watched the crow. The jackal planned to steal the ring, so he instead could be the king. Then all at once, from dark of night, the jackal pounced in furious flight. And eyes of fire, enraged with spite, the crow struck back with angry might. Talons gripped and feathers flew as each other overthrew. Now William shut his eyes so tight, and wishing shadows would not fight, he gathered strength, prepared to spring, then he himself reached for the ring. He snatched the ring and held it tight. He tugged on it with all his might. He squinched his eyes, afraid to see what the battle scene would be. But when he peeked, with ring in hand, nothing leapt from Shadowland. Nothing lurked, and nothing waved. Nothing near him misbehaved. For that ring upon his wall was just his shade pole after all. And when he'd grabbed it from the fight, he'd closed the shade and blocked the light. Now in the darkness William smiled. The battle had been reconciled. For without light to let them fall, shadows can't exist at all. And so he rolled onto his side, curled up his knees, and closed his eyes. He held his pillow, breathed so deep, and wrapped in darkness, fell asleep. That's the end of our shadow book. Hopefully you guys can have some fun trying to make some shadow puppets of your own. I don't know what to do here. Let's see. Quack, quack, quack. Anyway, hopefully you guys can make some fun shadow puppets, and maybe you can even send in some of the fun things that you were able to make with shadows and your flashlights inside your tents. Everybody have a wonderful night. We'll see you later. Thanks.